Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowles Central. Got a game review for you today. This is kind of a special one for me because I'm a big Marvel fan. It's Guardians of the Galaxy, an honest-to-God, full-blown action-adventure RPG romp through the galaxy, the Marvel Universe galaxy, with the Guardians of said galaxy. And it's a pretty cool game, I have to say. I had a pretty good time with it. I expected to. Rest assured, even though it's made by the people who made the Avengers game from last year, it is actually very playable, very fun. I do have some key issues with it that hold it back from being kind of like a perfect thing. I enjoy this game more as a piece of storytelling than I do as digital entertainment, gaming, fun. It does have that component where the game is actually enjoyable to play, but I gotta tell you, without the story, without these characters, the ride just wouldn't have been as fun. Not even close. These guys are always talking to each other constantly throughout the game, and it's contextual, and it's funny and engrossing, and it's everything you'd want a game based on the Guardians of the Galaxy to be. If you're fond of the films, for instance, the Guardians films, there's going to be a lot to like, including the fully licensed soundtrack that, rather than skewing towards like 70s pop, which is what the movies do, skews more towards like the 80s metal type stuff, but it's still great. Like it's still very well licensed, very well used. You get a lot of opportunities to use that Walkman that he's got to listen to all your favorite tunes. But what I will say about it is that the combat is... Oh, I don't know how to say it. See, this is one right here. This is one of those moments where you can use your group up thing, where you get everybody to huddle together, and if you get them on your side to winning the battle, you get a song out of it, basically. So here's the thing with this game. As you're going through it and you're adding new abilities and new power-ups and everything, you got your elemental blasters, and you are constantly responsible for directing the flow of the battle, directing where you want the other Guardians to go. You're always Star-Lord. You never get to switch to another Guardian. But as you can see here, you have full menus, full 4 options, 5 options really per character, including Star-Lord himself to do some power-up type stuff. And that sense of control, that sense of teamwork, that sense of being a team leader, it's really strong, it's very well done. But actually being in the combat just as yourself, you get to shoot, and so many of these villains are just bullet spongy as hell. I haven't seen bullet spongy NPC villains like this since like the early days of Destiny, when it was just, what am I saying? Since Destiny, because it's still that way. It takes a hell of a long time. You got to hammer on these guys and hammer on these guys and hammer on these guys and use your teammates and use your special ability. And use your blasters in different ways based on the element that you're trying to use, or fire or ice or wind or whatever it is. And so battles that should take a couple minutes tops are almost constantly taking, 5-10 minutes maybe. I mean, it sounds like nothing, but it sort of is, because it can get to be a bit of a drag. Getting down towards the end of the game, it's like, holy cow, I just want to get to the story. Give me the story. It becomes a bit of a burden, and it becomes a bit overwrought. So, that's one flaw about it. It also is kind of rough around the edges at present. I'm recording this video on November 1st. The game's been out about a week. And there are moments of glitchiness, especially in characters and in animations and pop in and stuff like that. All of that is minor. That's not game breaking. And honestly, if it weren't for the charm of these characters, the skill of the voice actors and of the script writers, the relationships between them, the dialogue between them, it's all so fun and so funny and lighthearted and awesome, just like you want the Guardians to be. So normally, I would probably give this game about a 7, but because of that additional kick from that story, it really makes the whole thing worthwhile, honestly. Even though the combat can get a little laborious here and there. It's going to get an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. Jeff Bull Central gives this game an 8. And I did have an awful lot of fun with it. And I may play it again. And I don't often do that, honestly. When I'm done with a game, I'm done with a game. But this one's kind of special. This one earns top marks for being a comic book licensed game that really pulls through. Man, like comic book licensed games and movie licensed games are getting better and better. They've been putting better resources behind it. That's awesome. So, yupperoo. That's all I really got to say about Guardians of the Galaxy here. Oh, Marvel magic strikes yet again. Do me a favor, everybody. This is my latest novel. It's on Amazon.com. Love, Madness, Demon. A harrowing adventure through... God. Maybe I should make that ad longer. I really got to pelt you with that son of a bitch. Get it really down your throat. Down your throat. Do it.